Hey guys, Miss Higgins here. Welcome back to Science. In our last lesson, we learned that the lower layer of Desert Rocks National Park formed in a floodplain, and the upper layer formed in a deep ocean. We know that the lower layer used to be a floodplain because we found siltstone. Siltstone tells us that a place could have been either a floodplain or a river delta, but then we found the lepidodendron plant fossil, which used to grow where lots of plants used to live. So after we researched both floodplains and river deltas, the only one with lots of plants was a floodplain. Then for the upper layer, we found mudstone there. Mudstone could tell us that it's a floodplain or a lake or a deep ocean. So then we had to research the Mosasaurus fossil and the Mortanoceras fossil. We found that the Mortanoceras fossil had plankton growing inside, and plankton can only live in very deep water. So we could infer that the upper layer formed in a deep ocean. Now, this week, we're going to be studying which one came first. So we're going to be determining the order of rock layers by analyzing a model. We'll do that in our next lesson. Today, though, we will research in texts, and again, in our next lesson, we'll present our findings in an argument text. So first, let's open up to the Fossil Hunter's Handbook and see what we can learn. It says order of rock layers. Rock forms in layers over time. This happens because sediment sinks through water and builds up. Eventually, lower sediment gets compacted by the cement on top of it. The sediment cements together to form a layer of rock. As more sediment compacts and cements, the rock layer gets thicker. Eventually, a different kind of sediment might start piling up in the same place. Over time, the new sediment will turn into a rock layer on top of the rock layer that already formed. This means the lowest rock layers formed first. The rock layers at the bottom of a sedimentary rock formation are the oldest. The layers at the top formed later, and they are the newest. All right, guys, this is super important because this tells us that in Desert Rocks National Park, the lower layer formed first. So first, it was a floodplain, and then later in time, it was a deep ocean. All right, now let's look at the caption here. It says, this diagram shows how sedimentary rock forms. As you can see, the newer rock layers form on top of the older rock layers. And here we have an artist's illustration of what this place could have looked like. This illustration shows an artist's view of 4 different rock layers and the environments in which they formed. This shows how the environment can change in one place over millions of years, causing different kinds of rock to form on top of each other. So we know that the oldest rock layer is on the bottom. So this one came first. First, it was some sort of ocean. Second was this rock layer. This one was third, and this one was fourth, or the most recent. Okay, so on the top, we find the newest rock layers. On the bottom, we find the oldest ones. Okay, now here is another rock formation, Constantan Cliff. This is a real place in England. You can actually go there. And I want us to use what we just learned to figure out which layer of Constantan Cliff is older and why. If you said that the lower layer was older, you are correct. We know that the lower layer is always older because new sediment falls on top and forms new rock layers. So this one came first, and this one came second. All right, guys, your job today is to read this book, Arguing to Solve a Mystery. It'll be on Google Classrooms for you. And I want you to find what claim the author is making. That means like the main idea or their point. What are they trying to say by writing this book? Then I want you to find what evidence does the author give to support that claim. You'll be doing this in a jot in a Google Doc on Google Classrooms. Then, if you'd like to step up the rigor, you can add these 2 points to your jot. You can say which argument about what killed off the dinosaurs is most convincing, in your opinion, and what craft moves made that argument so convincing. Okay, so this will all be on Google Classrooms for you. Good luck, happy working, and I will see you next time.